Hi guys, it's Coach Terrell here, and if you're like me, you're at home feeling a little bit anxious. Um, all that feeling is a desire for productive action. The problem is, of course, is this battle is characterized by having a great degree of inaction. So one of the things we can do with that desire for productivity is to exercise. And in that vein of thought, we're gonna go through a quick fight fit workout today. Um, I'm not going to do every single set. I'm going to just give you guys a rundown of the exercises and the format just so you can get some ideas without having to watch me do an entire workout. There's 4 phases. This is phase number 1, doing a muscle activation mobility phase just to get things prepped and ready to go. So first thing, we're just going to hit the floor. And ankle stretches just like classical fight fit. I'm using my knee as a fulcrum behind my ankle. I'm grabbing the sole of my foot. I'm just stretching the outside of my foot here, outside of my ankle. We're going to hold that for about 10 seconds. Okay, again, so if you're doing this yourself, hold it for 30 seconds, 40 seconds, but I'm not going to make you guys sit here and watch me stretch. So we'll switch another 20 to 30 seconds. Okay, now that we've stretched the muscle, we'll go ahead and activate the target muscle, which will be our supinators, which are really important ankle stabilizers. So I'm going to stand up. I'm going to keep my cameraman Jacob to be focused still on my feet here, because I want you guys to turn your toes in, heels apart, and we're just going to press to the outside part of our baby toe. So just firing our supinators, getting them ready for action. Our ankles are our foundation of our stability, and a few repetitions there. Alright guys, next stretch. We're going to stretch out the psoas iliacus at the front of the hip. So I'm going to bring my leg down, one knee up. The focus is on pushing my hips forward, keeping my chest back, and I just want to stretch to the front of the hip. Again, you can hold that for 20 to 30 seconds. I'm not going to hold it for the entire period of time. And then we're going to switch. Left knee down, right knee up, and hip forward. Stretching right at the front of the hip. Once we stretched out the hip flexors, the hip extensors should be primed for firing. So we're going to lie on our back. And here, one ankle goes on our knee, and we're just going to bridge up and fire glute maximus, and then back down. Bridge and fire glute maximus. A few strong repetitions, and then we're going to switch. Alright guys, next stretch is for our spine extensors. So I'm just sitting cross-legged, and I'm rounding my spine forward, stretching out my spine. And then I'm just going to twist to the right just to emphasize the left side of my spine. I'm going to switch sides and emphasize the right side of my spine. Spine extensors stretched out. We go ahead and activate our abs. I'm just going to do a plank. Nice strong active plank, just trying to squeeze my stomach and my hip flexors. Get a nice strong 20 seconds, 30 second squeeze. From here my knees go down, and I'm just going to back my hips up and bring my head between my elbows to stretch into my lats. "20 to 30 seconds with your lats stretched out. Your anterior deltoid should be primed to fire, so I'm going to switch to a modified push-up. For 10 repetitions. Finally, last little thing, just to get your blood pressure up, get yourself psyched up a little bit, just a set of body weight squats. Just easing into it, doing 20 repetitions. Alright guys, so that was the end of phase one, muscle activation, mobility. That was our warm-up. We're moving on to phase number two now. Alright guys, moving on into phase number two now. Hello Kaiju. Phase number two is about strength and impact readiness, so some general strength exercises. The first exercise we're going to do for our quadriceps and our glutes is the level change squat, which should help your ability as far as wrestling posture stamina is concerned. So we're going to start over here. 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. I just want to touch my knee to the floor really gently and then just come up partial way. So I'm not coming all the way up, just touching and then coming up. So he's using wrestling posture or close to wrestling posture. Touch, go, touch, go, touch, go. Switching sides, just for a different perspective. Touch, go, touch, go, touch, go. Very small, very precise movements. You're gonna try and get like 30 repetitions each. It should be brutal for your quads and your glutes. We're gonna switch over to a isometric inverted row for our lats and our rhomboids. Great exercise for building that ability to do body locks or to lock on little single legs. So my cat in the frame here, we're gonna get Jacob to circle around. Okay, just a word on the setup here. I've got 3 hockey sticks, so make sure you have something strong to support your body weight, and make sure your hands are out wide. Don't have your hands in narrow, or it'll create the maximum strain on your stick. So out nice and wide. From here, I'm just going to pull my chest up into the sticks. Keep your chin on your chest just in case you should fall, and squeeze those rhomboids together. Okay, notice that my legs are straight, not bent. I'm going to try and hold that contraction for 40 seconds. Very, very tough exercise. All right. Third exercise of the circuit is the frame push-up. The frame push-up, of course, is awesome for framing in jiu-jitsu, but it also strengthens the same muscles that are used in punching as well. So starting from a position where you're flat on the floor, your elbows are in tight, you're gonna try and frame out. If you're relatively strong, use 1 arm at a time, but if you're not so strong, use 2 arms. I'm gonna try and get 10 reps per side, but for today's video, we'll just demonstrate 3. So flat on the floor, my feet are out wide, 1 hand on my back, and I'm gonna frame out. Back in tight, and I'm gonna frame out. Bring your hips right up towards the ceiling, and then right down to the floor. Up to the ceiling, and down, tight to the floor. And then I'll switch to the other side. So awesome exercise for the deltoids and the serratus anterior. Our last exercise of the circuit is for your neck. This is a relatively advanced exercise, so do not try this if you haven't had a preparatory phase as far as your neck strength is concerned. But if you're ready for it, phenomenal exercise for the back, muscles of the back of the neck. So just using a pillow, I'm going to put my shoulder blades on the ground, keep the back of my head on top of the cushion. So once again, shoulder blades down, eyes straight up at the ceiling, hands on your hips. My feet are close to my butt, and I'm going to bridge up and onto my neck and then come back down. Bridge up and then come back down. I'm going to try and get 15, 20 repetitions, but if you're just starting out, maybe go for 10. But an awesome exercise for grappling strength, because if people can beat your neck strength, they can beat your posture. Okay guys, so once again, I'm not going to go through every single round. I would go 2 times through that entire circuit, maybe 3 times through, and then move on to the next phase. So next phase, of course, is going to address our fuel tank, our ability to persevere our endurance. So we're going to group two exercises together that'll work opposing sides of the body. I'm just going to switch things around here a bit. Alright guys, so we're working with a hardwood floor today. So what we're going to do is a sliding knee tuck. If you have a carpet floor, of course you can use plastic under your toes, but because we have a hard floor today, I'm going to put a towel under my toes. The idea is to put yourself into a plank position, extend yourself, with yourself extended fully, and then bring your knees up to your chest. We're going to try and do at least 30 seconds worth before we switch to our next exercise. So from here, plank position is first, and I'm just going to pull my knees to my chest and then back out. Use a timer, guys, to try and get 30 seconds, and right after you're done those 30 seconds, you're going to move on to the next exercise, which is going to be a squat, maybe a Zercher style squat. So I'm going to grab a peg of kitty litter, put my heels up on top of the towel, and then I'm just going to squat down. Guys, on that exercise, make sure your back is flat, your feet are shoulder width apart, and you're going down as deeply as you can. So again, that would be 30 seconds going back and forth. I would do both exercises 4 times each to finish phase number 3. Our final phase number 4, is about muscular endurance. We're going to do a couple exercises here, starting off with the legs first and then going into our choking muscles or our arm muscles. So first exercise over here. Great exercise for guard work, strengthening the inner thigh as well as the hamstrings, but also secondarily getting the obliques as well. So from here, I'm going to go into a traditional side plank position here, but I'm going to sandwich the chair between my knees. My body is nice and straight, my spine is aligned. I'm really putting pressure on the bottom external oblique and the inner thigh. I'm going to hold that from 40 to 60 seconds. And then I'm going to switch sides. Once I've done that station, my second station, station number 2, is for the hamstrings. I'm going to lie flat on my back. Make sure my knee is 90 degrees, the other leg is fully extended. And I'm just going to lift my hips up and try and pull my heel towards my butt, really firing those hamstrings hard. So in this example, I'm going to try and get 10 all the way up to 30 repetitions until I switch legs. For this phase, guys, we're just doing 1 set per exercise and that's it. Two more exercises to go, guys. This one is for the arms. Just a quick setup here. Two jugs of water. They're 4 liters each, or 4 kilograms. Just gonna take a belt, and I'm just going to thread it through. Once you've threaded through the handles, go ahead and tie a knot. Just like that. And from here, I'm going to stand up, and I'm just going to hold this isometrically for 60 seconds. Okay? Just right here at this angle, my forearm is away from my body. I'm not down low here, I'm right up tight against my neck, And I'm just going to try and hold that 60 seconds. Of course, you can adjust the weight as needed. When 60 seconds is done, switch sides, another 60 seconds here. And I'm visualizing choking somebody, maybe choking Sam or Naz, as I hold that for 60 seconds. All right, guys. One final exercise to do as part of this fourth phase. Again, a brief setup here. I just worked my brachioradialis and my brachialis with the chokehold. I want to do something for my grip, which is so critical to grappling sports as well as all functional activity. Again, brief setup, guys. I take 2 books, take an old martial art belt or a new martial art belt, doesn't matter. Put my 2 books together, and I'm just going to pass the 2 tails through the hoop here. So I have the 2 tails extended. Grab my weights. Tie it on. Just gonna pinch the books and hold the weight. This is a little bit long here, but you'll get the general idea. Ideally, of course, my arm is fully stretched out as I'm holding this weight in a pinch grip position. So ideally, I'm more here, but hopefully you guys get the idea. I'm gonna hold that for 60 seconds, and then of course switch sides, and that's really gonna work the flexor digitorum profundus, which really strengthens the talon aspect of our grips. So you can hold those gis, you can hold those wrists, you can hold those ankles. Anyway, guys, that concludes phase number 4. Again, it's just 1 set each. 1 minute for the side plank, 10 to 30 repetitions for the hamstring bridge, 60 seconds for the chokehold, and another 60 seconds to 2 minutes even for the grip, for the pinch grip, and just 1 set each, and you're done. So thank you so much for watching. I hope I see you guys soon. Make sure you check out tarotdo.com and Open Mat MMA, and let's keep the community strong.